I really want this work to reach as many people as possible. It's my ultimate goal to reach the professional world, because that's where I came from. I'm a lawyer by trade. I did investment banking for a while, and then I went into law, and I practiced corporate finance in Manhattan, which is very extreme, but it was a wonderful foundation and very educational. And I could say a lot about that, but what's important is that there are a lot of people who are in positions in the corporate world, who are there for reasons that are ultimately pretty fear-based. There are a lot of people who don't actually love life regularly. It's like they work 5 days and then can't wait for the weekend. I mean, in corporate law, you don't get weekends off, but let's just say you did. When people work and kind of hate their life, and then on the one day they have off, it's like, oh, such a relief, but then back at it the next day. It's a very strange way of living, unless, some people love the work. That's not who I'm talking about. People who gain such an academic or intellectual fulfillment from that kind of work, awesome. If this is what you want to do, fantastic. I'm not putting down the actual work itself. I was a lawyer, my dad's a lawyer. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is, anyone who's doing anything that they are doing because they don't believe they can do anything else as well, or they don't believe that they can make as much money doing something else, or they can't reach the other goals they have in their life, usually financial, because they don't think they have enough talent. That's not a reason to be in a job. That's really the wrong reason to be in a job. I have to be able to say that categorically. I think that is not what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. Now, it could be a step in the journey. If somebody is in a position and they're not happy, it's an indicator, it is a message from their higher self, from their soul, from their true heart's desire, that this particular thing that they're doing day in and day out, which is making them upset, is not in line with what they should and could be doing, and what hopefully they will be doing one day. So that's fine and understood. Everybody has to go through those things to understand, the right path for themselves. But those who get stuck in a place where they know it's not right for them, and are doing so because they're afraid to leave, and therefore they're living in a state of fear. Ultimately, that is living in a state of fear. For those people, that's who I want to get to. And I know, energy think as a name, or energy work, is something that is being more and more understood by people and accepted by people, and it's very big here in California, which is where I am. It's not everywhere. It's not in white shoe law firms in Manhattan yet, but hopefully it will be. That's my goal. I just saw so many people so sad, and they don't need to be, because you can do what you want. You can actually get exactly what you want in life. I have seen it. I see it all the time. I see a lot of very successful people. I consider myself to be one of them now. At one point I wasn't. At one point I was that other person who was too afraid to do anything else, and who was, working 90 hours a week. And I always knew that I'd have to go, but I did stay for a while. So anyway, you can make your life look exactly the way that you want it to look. First, you have to identify what you want. First, you have to be brave enough to say, listen, if I couldn't fail, what would my life look like? If I could have whatever I asked for, what would it look like? The thing I think that people get stuck in is this sort of, there's an implicit recognition that it's not going to be easy to do what they think they want to do. That's so generic. But what I mean is, if you think about it energetically, in order to make something happen, you have to infuse that thing with energy. If If you look at the physics definition of energy, it is that which makes any work happen in the physical universe, work being any kind of change. Any kind of change happen in the physical universe, energy is needed. And if I wanted to, lift this notebook versus lift this heavy mug of tea, there would be a difference in the amount of energy I need. I don't need as much for this one. I need a lot for this one. So if your goal is one that has a lot of mass, meaning if it's a big, big, lofty goal, it's going to require a lot of energy. It's going to require you to, I'm sure, do things and convince people and overcome your own blocks and all that kind of stuff. But all that is just energy, but it's directed, focused energy. And in order to invest that energy in the way that you need to make those things happen, you have to be able to, you have to have it. You have to be able to access it. You need to be able to invest it. It needs to be there. And you don't want to be reliant on others in a way that's going to suck them dry in order to make happen what you want to have happen in life. And a lot of people do that. As humans, our biggest sources of energy are other people because we're very social. And so many times people will take energy from others in order to get it for themselves, and then they'll use it in some way. That's not good. That's not sustainable. It's not good for relationships. That's why so many times you see people who are so successful in work and they have a lot of people who they've left in their wake romantically or otherwise. There's a lot of people suffering around them because they've managed this system of, using that, benefiting energetically from people and applying it to their work. So we don't want to do that because that's hurtful to people and ultimately that will end up hurting you. Self-sustainability is one of the key things that I like to tell people about, teach people about. It's nothing if it's not self-sustaining. These are not lessons on how to suck other people dry. These are not lessons on how to be an energy vampire. These are lessons how to be a star, how to be a self-sustaining energetic system which can at any time access energy and has a very contained approach to using the energy that you do get in ways that help you and move you forward towards your growth, your true growth that you deep down in your heart know that you want, and only you know what that looks like. I really hope that some of the stuff we've talked about today has been helpful. I really hope that there's a new way of looking at energy, what it can be, how it can help you, and how you can learn more about it to start to make it useful to you. Learn how it works so that you can benefit from it and get more of it and not give it away to those things that don't help you. Keep it only for those things that are helping you towards your goals that you have identified or you will identify. That's key to this as well. So please take a look at some of our other work. I have a number of ideas out there for you guys to consider and look into. And if you are interested in taking your education further and actually going through our program called the Star Maker program, which actually takes you to the place of being a self-generating, sustainable energy system, i.e. a star, then please take a look at my website, energythink.com, and check out the link in the bio for more information. Thanks so much. Bye.